All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how we did on this one. Don't forget, guys, you do have a reflected tangent curve with an A value of 2. So the baseline is up here at 3. So your higher point is going to be 2 units above the baseline. Your lower point will be 1 unit below. And remember, instead of starting at the lower point, because of the reflection, you're going to start at the higher point, that maximum point. All right, so any questions on how we graphed the tangent? In terms of your test, guys, shh. If you can handle graphing this one, I can't give you any more difficult of a tangent graph to do. It's got everything. It's got a reflection. It's got an amplitude change. It's got a period change. It has a phase shift. It has a vertical shift. I can't make any tangent one any harder unless, of course, you add some more fractions in there. But in terms of the transformations, I can't throw anything else at you. So if you're good with number 6 and you're good with anything I could possibly give you on graphing a tangent. All right, any questions on number 6? Last one. Writing an equation in terms of tangent that has a period of pi over 3, phase shift of 2 pi over 3 to the right, a vertical stretch with a factor of 2, and we shift it up 4. So just like we had to write equations for sine, cosine, secant, and cosecant, you've got to find your A, B, C, and D values. You're trying to write it in the form of y is equal to A times the tangent of B times x minus C plus D. So you've got to find your A, B, C, and D's and plug them in. Remember, guys, the period is not the value that you plug in for B. To find your B value, you still have to take pi and divide it by the period. So in this particular case, I have pi, and they're telling my period of this equation is going to be pi over 3. So I have to take pi and divide it by pi over 3. Again, I have to multiply by the reciprocal, so pi times 3 over pi. So what's the B value going to be equal to then? B is going to be equal to what in this equation? 3. So there's my B. I have a phase shift of 2 pi over 3 to the right. So I know that C is going to be equal to 2 pi over 3 to the right. A vertical stretch with a factor of 2. Again, remember, I can't call it an amplitude for tangent because the tangent graphs, just like secant and cosecant, don't have a max or min. So my vertical stretch I'll plug in for A, which is going to be a 2. And again, I have a vertical shift going up 4 units, so that's my D value. So D is going to be equal to 4. So any questions on how I found my A, B, C's, or D's? So now I can plug them into this equation. So y is going to be equal to 2 times the tangent of 3. Because I'm going to the right, guys, is this going to be a x plus 2 pi over 3 or x minus 2 pi over 3? Minus 2 pi over 3 plus 4. So there's your equation. Okay. So any questions, guys, on tangent? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have your homework that's due for next class.